Rewrite episode number 2 takes a step back of where I thought the series was going to start progressing and leads to a more comedic episode. Now, though it's not as interesting as episode 1 was with its hour-long first episode, it does set up a lot of possibilities for where this show could go in the future, because even though this was pretty much just comedic based, throwing some jokes, kind of forming this club that's on the hunt for supernatural elements, mainly the ghost that has been haunting our main character, it has had basically these small subtle hints that basically leave me assuming that shit's going to get dark or turn for the worse rather quick, and I think it's just layering these kind of comedic and, silly jokes to kind of make you not expect it, though after watching so many shows that basically do a dark twist or just have shit go wrong, I'm always skeptical that this is just gonna remain how it is, and I mean, I'm not gonna be surprised if in episode 5 a main character gets its head cut off, or just one turns completely dark and messed up, or something along that nature. So our main character Kotaro interacts with the witch known as Akane, who pretty much basically is just a troll, and I have to say she is a pretty fascinating character. So what ends up happening is she gives him this charm. She spews a bunch of bullshit saying that this will protect him, and it's just a paperclip. And when that happened, I was just laughing, because he wants to get this ghost out of, because every night this ghost comes and sucks on his finger or does some weird perverted shit, and it freaks the living hell out of him. So what she does end up doing is gives him these 3 seals to basically, for each night, it will kind of protect him from having the ghost come after him. And what ends up happening is, in the first night, when she basically pops in his window, one of the seals flies into her mouth, she spits it out and basically hops under the covers as she does every night, but whatever the taste was, it basically forced her away. She just couldn't handle the taste, and for one night, it worked for him, and he was just so shocked. But in night 2, the ghost, Kagure, she just smacks the seal away with her, basically, ribbon, and it just completely just ruins the whole plan, and he freaks out, obviously, and it was pretty funny. I mean, during night 2, he's basically having a dream of fondling girls' breasts, because this is a main character in pretty much a borderline harem that's going to happen, and when he wakes up, he's doing it to the ghost, and she's just deadpan emotionless, and of course he freaks out, but she just leaves. I'm really fascinated by this character. Why is she so obsessed with our main character? I feel like this guy is very different from just a typical high school boy. He's got to have some sort of weird power. I mean, it's actually kind of fascinating, because when the witch is actually asking him if he has an ability, he gets really nervous, and I don't really understand why he would do that unless there is something he's hiding. And I feel like it's not just he's going to unlock a power. I think he already knows he has some sort of ability. I'm not 100% sure. I believe in last week's discussion video, one of my subscribers mentioned that they think he has some sort of ability to kind of predict things before they happen or something like that, and that very well could be a possibility. But it's interesting because basically this episode sets up everything where all the main characters are kind of in this club room basically searching for this ghost. The whole reason for this is he wants to touch the witch's breast. He makes that as basically a joke command, because she says, "What do you want?" And he says that, and then she says, well, if you can prove this supernatural, phenomenon is there, by all means. But she has zero faith that, he actually will, because it seems like maybe she actually doesn't believe in these supernatural, twists, but she has formed a club around them. I'm not 100% sure, but it'll be interesting to see kind of where this goes. Because in all honesty, I'm expecting, next episode will probably have not as much comedic, maybe you'll get a bit more serious, but I'm expecting by episode 4 or 5, I think shit's gonna get real. I'm expecting either this ghost to be the worst thing ever for this main character, or this ghost is gonna be his protector from whatever evil is going to come, because I feel like it has to have this twist. This visual novel is pretty highly praised. I think it's based off this visual novel, and I mean, there's gotta be some twist coming. It can't just be a simple, harem, just everyone just basically wants to bang the main character, and there's this fairy-like creatures and some monsters here and there. I think it's going to get rather dark. I'm not 100% sure, but I mean, this episode I feel like was really just designed to get a few laughs in there, kind of get everyone in the same club room, and kind of get you thinking that it's going to be a simple, cute, and funny ride, when, in a few episodes it's probably going to get real, dark or brutal or something. Maybe it's not going to be a major like death show or just, something like that. I doubt it's going to have death. Maybe it will. I really don't know. But it's going to be interesting to see what they do, because it's not going to stay like this. Even without playing this, I can 100% tell that this isn't just going to be a simple show. It's going to get real, and I think it's going to have a lot more mature plot lines down the road, but we'll have to wait and see. Now, I will say, there's one thing I want to bring up, is when basically everyone's in the club room, Shizuru is on the phone, and our main character is just telling her things to say on the phone. It says something along the lines like she wants the main character to eat her all up, and then he says to say it's a joke, but the phone hangs up at that point. And I'm just sitting here like, what the hell am I watching? Because, one, that humor, I love that type of humor. 100% honestly, I love that type of humor. What ends up happening is our female tsundere, Ushaya, pops in and basically just beats the living shit out of the guy. And I think that's going to be a funny dynamic. I mean, just having one of these characters just basically teach our main character a bit of manners. I think it's going to be entertaining. But, there's just so many shots in this episode that it reeks eerie vibes. I mean, shit's gonna get real. I'm not sure how fast it will take or how long, like maybe it won't happen till the end of the series, but I mean, I can tell that we're in for a twist somewhere. What the exact twist is going to be, I'm not sure, but I'm excited to see. But what did you guys think? Like, I know I have some people who've been watching these videos who have played the visual novel, so for you guys, what do you guys think? How is the adaptation so far? Are they following it pretty well? And for people who may have not, played the visual novel, the source material, what do you think of this series? Like, I feel like it's possible a lot of people might drop it on this episode just because of how cliche it did get. But for those who are thinking of dropping it and haven't yet, I would recommend holding on, because I think it is going to have a twist down the line or develop into something less cliche. I think this is just an episode to kind of get you to think it's something else when it's really more mature or darker, or is going to have twists we may not see coming if we don't assume this already. So that's what I think, but let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe if you're new to my channel, and thank you all for watching, so have a good one.